Nothing beats a fresh pea out of the garden right off the vine. Traditional English peas, snow peas, and sugar snap peas, all tasty in their own way. If you've ever grown peas before, you know just how prolific they are. Couple that with peas being a legume, which are known to fix their own nitrogen right out of the soil, one wonders if peas need anything from us at all. Hi, I'm Jeff from the Ripe Tomato Farms. Welcome to another episode of the Garden Quickie, the show where in 2 minutes or less, we solve all the hard questions of gardening. And today's episode is all about fertilizing your pea plants. Or rather, do we even need to? Time short as always, so let's get into it. Known botanically as Pisum sativum, peas are legumes, grown for their lush green seeds, those nice crunchy edible pea pods, or both. And as a legume, peas have the ability to fix atmospheric nitrogen using a special relationship between bacteria and their roots. This has led people to believe that peas don't ever need fertilizer. And while this may be true in some cases, it's not due to the fact that peas have the ability to grab a little bit of nitrogen for themselves. Nitrogen is but one macronutrient. Sure, it's a very important one, but it's still just a single nutrient responsible mostly for leafy growth. If we were just growing peas for their leaves, that'd be great, but obviously we're not. The main crop of a pea plant is a direct result of its flowering cycle. And while nitrogen does play a part in this cycle, it takes a backseat to phosphorus and possibly even potassium. Further to that, it's the host of secondary and other trace nutrients that really define the vigor and flavor of the pods in peas. So while nitrogen is important for these pea plants here, as it is for all my crops, it alone is not going to get me that mega pea harvest that I'm after. Now, having said that, peas grow fast, 60 days or less for some varieties. Couple this with them being one of the first crops in your garden, they have dibs on the soil when it's at its most fertile. This and this alone is why we can sometimes get away with not fertilizing our peas. For me, to get that max harvest, I'll give my pea plants 2 extremely weak feedings of a low dose, low nitrogen organic fertilizer. Once about 3 weeks after germination, and then again another 3 weeks after that, but not too close to harvest time. It's not always necessary, but a slight boost really can max out your yields and have your pea plants performing at their peak. Know what else is going to get your garden performing at its peak? Watching the next episode of the Garden Quickie. Thanks for watching, guys. And hey, if Garden Quickies are your thing, be sure to click on this playlist here as we explore and solve more growing issues in 2 minutes or less.